Hi there folks, and welcome to another edition of Almost Food. It is still October, it is still pumpkin month, it is still that magical time of year that retailers cram pumpkin flavoring into almost every food item imaginable. I know that sounds a little bit snarky, but it seems like this year more than any other I'm just noticing pumpkin flavored this and pumpkin flavored that. It's really all over the place. So for this edition I decided to find an item that was actually a little bit more unique in terms of pumpkin flavoring, something that I don't see often being pumpkin flavored. And also this actually is a viewer suggestion. My thanks to Natalie from Florida for her suggestion of this item. I was able to go out and find it last night. And as I've always said, you guys can suggest in the comments food items that you think that I should try. No guarantee that I will do them, but if something catches my fancy and I happen to see it while I'm out, I might grab it and make a video just like this. So today I am going to be reviewing YoCrunch limited edition pumpkin pie yogurt with pie crust topping. YoCrunch, as the name would suggest, is a yogurt cup that comes with a little mix-in type item that you can see there on top of the yogurt cups there. One little item I will clear up for you guys. Some of you guys may know this, but I did not. The name YoCrunch had me thinking that this was a variety of Yoplait yogurt. I was actually planning on knocking the packaging a little bit because I couldn't find anything on the packaging that said that this was a Yoplait product. I searched the package all over and could find no references to Yoplait, so I looked it up online and it turns out the two aren't related at all. They are two completely separate companies, which is kind of interesting. I would think that Yoplait would have a problem with another yogurt out there. But maybe that's why, because yo is just the beginning of the word yogurt and you can't really restrict that by copyrights or anything. So, let's jump right in. Alright, so we start as always with the look of the packaging. I do kind of like this. It has that nice dark orange coloring that kind of suggests pumpkin. I do like that they have a picture of a slice of pumpkin pie, although I don't know what's up with that leafy garnish. I've never garnished a piece of pie, any type of pie really, but especially pumpkin pie. But it also shows you what the food item is actually going to look like, the yogurt with the pie crust pieces mixed in. So I like that they show you what it's supposed to make you think of and what it actually looks like. The limited edition flag on it is very nice. They give you a lot of information on the package here. 120 calories per serving, good source of calcium, vitamins A and D added. It is pumpkin low-fat yogurt with other natural flavors, 1% milk fat. It is a package of 4. They're stacked in on the sides, just like that, in 2 rows of 2 there, obviously. But I like the way the package is put together. The cardboard feels ever so slightly flimsy to hold together 4 packages of yogurt, but it gets the job done. So, you know, don't drop it too many times, but otherwise you should be okay. You might remember when I talked about the pecan pie Pringles that I actually gave them some flack for the background color being behind the ingredients and making that hard to read. Here, they don't do that at all. They cut off the color so that the ingredients and other information is blue text on a white backdrop, which makes it very easy to read. This is a good solid package. The coloring makes you think of the holiday food item that it is selling. Like I said, I like how it shows you what it's supposed to make you think of as well as what it actually looks like. This is pretty good. The flimsiness takes a little bit away, so I'm going to give the look of the YoCrunch Pumpkin Pie packaging a 4 out of 5. We are on to the look of the food, and since this is kind of a put-it-together type of a food item, we're going to look at everything individually and then collectively together before giving it its overall score. So opening up the pumpkin pie yogurt here, as it explodes on me a little bit, which is a reason I've never been terribly fond of foil tops. Set that aside. Has a very pumpkin-y smell. Very, very interesting. One thing that I really like about it is that you can see kind of specks of flavoring like nutmeg and stuff, and when you're making pumpkin pie, you know, you see those natural types of spices in there. So that's a good touch in helping people think that it is a pumpkin pie type of a product. It is lighter than pumpkin pie would normally be, but I would expect that being yogurt. As I mentioned, and as is standard for YoCrunch type items, there is a mix-in. This is pie crust pieces that comes in a foil container that is placed on the top. There's not a lot to be said there. It looks like little pieces of cookie or pie crust. I can believe that. So let's go ahead and mix them in and see how this looks all together. After mixing it together, one thing that stands out to me is that it definitely doesn't look like it does on the package. The package appears to have had the best pie crust pieces from the package dropped on top, but this is obviously intended to be mixed in. When it's mixed in, it looks a little bit mushy. It looks kind of like how I imagine it would look if you took your piece of pumpkin pie and put it in a bowl and just went and just mixed it all up, and the crust would be all mixed into the stuff there. To be honest, even the look of the yogurt on the package was slightly unappealing, just because of the lightish orange color and the pie crust piece is not really calling to pie crust at all. And then taking into account that you mix it in and it looks not even as good as the package. And I'm going to give the look of the YoCrunch Pumpkin Pie yogurt a 3 out of 5. As we move on to the taste of the food, I actually have an interesting opportunity here. From the foil wrapper and the spoon that I was just using to mix in the pie crust pieces, I actually have an opportunity to taste the yogurt by itself, and then I can taste it with the pie crust pieces mixed in. I'm still going to give it 1 score and not 2, but I think this is just a good opportunity to see if there's any contrast and see what the pie crust pieces add to the overall flavor. So let's try the yogurt. It is pumpkin flavored yogurt. Yogurt always tastes tangy, so whether it's chocolate yogurt, banana yogurt, strawberry yogurt, or pumpkin yogurt, you're always going to have that tang of the yogurt's own flavor. There is a very distinct pumpkin flavoring in this, and what I give it kudos for is that it actually doesn't taste as much like pumpkin pie as just pumpkin itself, which I actually like, because that mixes in with the sweetness of the yogurt overall to give it a very natural flavor as opposed to the more artificial flavor that I was expecting. Alright, all that said, let's dive in here. The yogurt is exactly the same thing that I said before. It has that pumpkin flavor with yogurt tanginess. The pie crust pieces do actually add a nice kind of mellow balance to that. One thing that kind of surprised me is that sitting here for a couple of minutes before I actually tasted them, some of the pieces still have their crunch to them, which is nice. For me to give this a score for flavor of 5 out of 5, again, harkening back to the pecan pie Pringles, it's like if it says pecan pie Pringles, I want it to taste like pecan pie Pringles. For me to give this a score of 5 out of 5, it would need to taste like pumpkin pie, and it actually kind of doesn't. A funny thing, if this were marketed as pumpkin yogurt with pie crust topping, I would probably give it a 5 out of 5 because that's what it tastes like. But as pumpkin pie yogurt, I'm going to give the taste of this YoCrunch Pumpkin Pie yogurt a score of 4 out of 5. And finally, in terms of scores, we go to the overall value of the product. A 4-pack of these yogurts were $2.58 at Walmart. That runs about 65 cents a container. And for the quality of the flavor and the mix-ins there and how it's limited edition, I consider that a pretty good deal. I give the value of the YoCrunch Pumpkin Pie mix-in yogurt a score of 4 out of 5. Alright, wrapping things up, the look of the packaging got a 4 out of 5, the look of the food got a 3 out of 5, the taste of the food got a 4 out of 5, and the value of the food got a 4 out of 5. That is a total score of 15 out of 20, and is something that I would definitely give my recommendation. This is a good October pumpkin type item. Again, as I said in the taste of the food, the only thing that I wish is that they had marketed this as pumpkin yogurt instead of pumpkin pie yogurt. That would have given me a slightly better impression of its overall flavor. But overall, it has a good taste. The mix-ins add a nice contrast. And overall, this is something that I would definitely look for around Halloween every year. Alright, that is going to wrap up this edition of Almost Food. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And once again, my thanks to Natalie from Florida for suggesting the food that got reviewed in this edition. I will say again, if you have any suggestions of foods that I should review, or just any comments about this review in general, go ahead and leave those down below the video as a comment. I love getting comments. I love responding to comments, and I will certainly respond to yours. Again, just because you suggest a food doesn't necessarily mean that I will review it, but I do like having a nice pool of suggestions from which to pull ideas from to make videos. So I do appreciate your feedback there. I would appreciate it very much if you guys would click the like button right down below this video to let me know that you liked it. If you really like this video and you've seen other videos on my channel that you like, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. That way you can know whenever I make videos. On this channel, I review food products, I review episodes of Power Rangers, I do sports stuff, video game stuff, I have a vlog that I'm trying really hard to get going again. So I'd appreciate you subscribing, and you can see my videos whenever they come out, and I would appreciate that. So thank you one more time for watching this edition of Almost Food. Again, these aren't on a set schedule, so I don't know when I'll be making the next edition. But as I go out, I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for interesting food items so that I can tell you about them and whether or not you should get them. Until next time, have a great day.